Yeah.
Whilst being conservative, because we have a very important brand out there, and an image and brand to protect. And we do get cases sometimes where people say, "Why the hell have you appointed this guy?" And I had a fellow not very long ago writing to every member of the LMAA, complaining about the decision that had been made, and he then wrote to the House of Lords, and he wrote to, I don't know. So you get such cases.
Yeah.
So you have to be reasonably confident that the person you appoint is actually capable of handling it.
And so the rationale for adding on the sort of aspiring full members as opposed to just expanding the number of members is sort of a quality control thing. You want to make sure.
Yeah. Because otherwise, if you take the quality control issue to an extreme, and you insist on levels of not merely academic or qualification or experience of arbitration in general, but you insist that the people who are to be made full members have at least let's say 20, 30 active arbitrations under their belt and awards written before they can become full members. You do limit the pool, and it becomes something of a catch-22 situation. How do I get those 20 appointments or those 20 cases to then be able to show that experience? So we're trying to do that, and at the same time maintain some degree of quality control.
Yeah. Now, the I know it's a flip side or a consequence. It's something that you mentioned before. This notion of repeat appointments, and obviously, so it's something that comes a lot with. People mention the Halliburton case regularly and so on.
I know it well.
I would expect
Well,
so.
we're just about to intervene in the...
Yeah, along with just about everyone else.
But many of them will not get permission to it. I don't think the Chartered Institute will get permission, frankly.
Yeah.
The ICC, the LCIA, GAFTA, which is the Grain Animal Feed Trades Association, have applied to intervene, I think, or are just about to, and I think that we four might get permission. I don't think because it's only a 2-day hearing, and these guys, our QC, when he stands up, will not get more than 30 minutes.
Yeah. So, I mean, what is your take there? I mean, is it that it's in the nature of our particular kind of arbitration, sort of everyone knows that there's going to be repeat appointments?
It is to some extent, and within the specialist maritime firms, it's I think very largely accepted to a greater or lesser degree. There are those who feel that there should be a greater degree of disclosure. How specific the disclosure should be is another matter. I don't think anybody thinks that, as the ICC and the LCIA do, that the consequence of non-disclosure in the sort of Halliburton situation should give rise to a more or less automatic assumption that the arbitrator is apparently biased and therefore ought to be disqualified. That is definitely, I've not heard anybody advocate that position. But the degree of disclosure which needs to be made is quite controversial, and because we have so many appointments, unlike most LCIA arbitrators or ICC arbitrators for that matter, it does present some practical problems to make disclosure. Sometimes I think it's overemphasized by some of our members, but and I think greater disclosure could be made. Whether that would result in more challenges to arbitrators, I rather doubt, as long as really most of the work is in the hands of this not merely pool of arbitrators, but wider pool of P&I clubs and maritime solicitors.
Yeah.
Because they know the form, as it were.
Yeah.
There are two aspects to this Halliburton thing, though. One is multiple appointments by the same firm of